while I think it is abused in this case, I think it is not at all uncommon for attorneys to exercise executive privilege on behalf of their clients. I think that was done in this case in several instances incorrectly, but I think the appropriate measure for that are sanctions by the court.
Which I hope the clerk will read in its entirety.
The clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment to House that in most of the executive privilege assertions by the President, the benefit of the doubt in the assertion of the executive privilege. On top of that, we ought to recognize...
Not that we deny or doubt that to be the fact, but we don't choose to make it part of Article 4, mostly because his statements weren't under oath, and there are so many others that he made that were false and misleading under oath. We choose to emphasize the statements, the false statements made under oath.
Bar of impeachment, but I'm afraid the majority does not consider it a very high bar. This committee submitted 81 questions to the President. He knocks that part out, the part I mentioned. And if you just say, well, it's some of them, you are degrading this process. You are degrading, in my judgment, what the Founding Fathers put together when they put that magnificent document, the Constitution, together. This is not, I repeat, this is not a game. This is serious stuff.
That's the constitutional requirement, and that's what we're doing. In no way do we diminish or demean the significance, the weightiness of...
Because there have been arguments made, and we know this, for political purposes, to get votes on the floor. Don't worry, we're going to impeach him, but it's not going to pass the Senate. Well, an impeachment in the House that doesn't pass the Senate has no more actual force than the censure you decry. And in fact, the censure
means that that member must be convinced that the President should be removed from office.
Deleting the allegation in Article 4 that the President made false and misleading public statements.
But we are not being vengeful. There's no lynch-mob mentality over here. And for the benefit of the gentleman who said that last night, I've had knots in my gut all week because of this.